So I was recording for another tutorial yesterday and this happened. So it does happen. This I'm pretty sure is because the marker was new. So according to a couple of websites that I've looked at, when they are new they can have too much pressure in them, which can cause the ink to flood out one end. So this is what's happened. Luckily it only was a line. I am using just a cotton pad here with some clear blending fluid on it to pick up as much of that blue I can. So now that I've done that, I'm going to use the colorless blender to pick up some more of that ink. So what I'm just doing with that colorless blender when I come in with it, using the brush tip, I'm just grabbing or wiping over it, and then the marker seems to pick up the blue, so then I'll just wipe it off the marker. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm picking it up, wiping it off, coming back in, picking some up, wiping it off. And then I just sort of spread that blender out a little bit to desaturate that colour a little bit more. So the page is becoming quite wet now. Obviously the wetter it gets, the less I'm going to be picking up. So I'm just going to let it dry a little bit once I finish this part here, just to allow me to be able to put more of that colourless blender in there to move that ink a bit more. So just a tip with dark coloured new markers, it is a good idea to take both caps off both ends of the marker while you're using that. It helps to draw back up that ink so you don't get those big splotches as well. So now I'm coming back in with the colourless blender, and I'm using the chisel tip. So I'm just pushing the ink that spilled out towards the hair. So you can see that it's moving in towards the hair, which is giving me basically a white page again underneath. After I've done this, I'll then just go over it with some E000, and then I'll use those pencils that I was using. I'm using Prismacolor pencils over the top of the ink, so I've just used a light peach over the top to blend that out and smooth it off a bit, but I did have to move that hair over the face a little bit more to have it settle in and look better. Just a side note, the image that I'm actually colouring here is a grayscale version of Michelle Tracey's Fairies Cry Too. So if you were interested in the picture, that's who it's by. So finished product, just putting that peach over the top of it, helping to blend that out a little bit more, and hopefully you'll be able to save your picture like I have today.